Good morning, and welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration, here to inspire, enlighten, and build up humanity. And guess what? Humanity is you and me and everybody else. Whoever wants to partake in what I've learned in my 62 years of life. Well, I'm not quite 62 yet. Today's topic is going to be programming you to be old. Right after this, like and subscribe now. You have to be strong enough to endure these things. You have to approach women. With today's social media, she's constantly being hit on. Women are always in the game. You have to stay focused. We are men. That's what we do. Programming you to be old. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm 62, almost. I'll be 62 the 28th of this month. I don't take any medications. I don't have to. I take care of myself. I exercise. I have young kids, 21 years and older, younger. 5 boys and 1 daughter. 2 of my boys work with me consistently. A couple other ones work with me once in a while. They're 20 years old and 18, and I can outwork them, okay? Now, I may sound like I'm bragging, but it's a fact. Only because I haven't bought into the fact that they try to tell you it's a fact, that when you get past 40, or even 35, it's all over. If you believe that, and they're going to tell you that because that works well for the big drug companies and I don't know who else, maybe consumerism, because you buy things to make yourself feel better. I'm not sure, but I don't think you want that for your agenda, do you? Wouldn't you like to live a rich, full life until it's time to check out of here? That's what I plan on doing. I admire those guys that are 70, 80, even in their high 80s or 90, and they're still living life to the full. I had a great uncle called, what was his name? Ivo. Ivo Mites was his name. That guy was 90 years old and he was still moving like he was 20. Why is that? It's because he didn't buy into the fact that you get old when you're past 30 or 40. What is it, they give you a black balloon when you turn 40 for your birthday, like the end is near? What the hell is that? Now, if you haven't taken care of yourself all your life, you may be feeling old at 40. But you can turn that around. It's never too late. You can start exercising, take a walk. Inactivity is a killer. If you leave a house set for a year, it will run down quicker than if someone was living in it. If you leave a ship set in the shipyard, not sailing, it will fall apart quicker than if it were sailing the oceans. If you store a car in the shed, it too will fall apart quicker than if you were driving it every day. You have to use your body. You can't go to work, sit at a desk all day, come home, watch TV for 4 or 5 hours, as the average American does, and expect to feel good and expect your body to stay in good shape. Because we are physical, mental, and spiritual beings. We need to exercise it all. Meditation, prayer, or affirmations if you like, physical exercise, reading for your mind. All these things are very important. If you come home and watch TV every night for hours, your mind doesn't have to work. And maybe you think, well, I work my mind when I'm at work. Do you? Or do you do the same thing over and over and you've become so used to it that you don't even have to think? Your brain is a muscle. Your mind is a muscle. Although your mind is not really your brain, and I'm not even sure if it's in your brain. Mind is kind of a universal thing, I believe, but it needs exercise. Most people don't think, and I've said this many times and I'll repeat it again. They only think they think. All they do is regurgitate what they've heard throughout the day from the media, social media, advertisements, news media. And do you really want that garbage going around in your head over and over, programming you? You don't think it's programming you, but it is. Whatever you allow into your mind makes an impression. Excuse me, for good or for bad. Why not program your mind with your agenda? If you want to feel good, read things, talk about things, hang around with people who talk about how good they feel, people who take care of themselves, people who value their health more than they value their appearance of their automobile. I go by the car wash down there sometimes, excuse me, and there are, let's say, 10 to 20 people washing their cars. Their cars look great. They're shining them up after they go through the automatic car wash with their little towel they give them. They're vacuuming them out. And their cars look better than they do. Most of them are out of shape, overweight. The women, they don't brush their hair. I don't remember the last time I went by there where I seen someone cleaning their car and there was a person that was dressed, not in a suit, but dressed sharp, looking sharp. I remember when we used to go out, we'd wash our car at the car wash and we'd wipe it off. We were dressed up sharp. I mean, I was out for the evening. People would stop by, we'd talk. I was dressed the same as I would if I were going out to a club. Although I didn't go to too many clubs, I went more to parties. But let's say I was going to a party. Nowadays, the biggest majority of people in the U.S. just don't care how they dress when they go out. I believe it's a representation about how you feel about yourself. And I realize that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but most people do. Try it sometime. Dress nice and go out and see if you don't get treated with more respect than if you do if you go out with a pair of old sweats, Crocs, or flip-flops on, a t-shirt with some kind of rock star on it, or whatever you choose. It makes a difference. If you're different, people treat you differently. If you want to be special or unique, instead of adopting a new, maybe I better not even say it, a new name to specify what you are, I won't even go into that. Why don't you try taking care of yourself, walking straight up, hold your head high, wear a pair of nice shoes instead of them old tennis shoes, wear a shirt that you tuck in, wear a belt, carry yourself with dignity and respect, power, like a Marine if you're a man. If you're a woman, walk with your head and your back straight, the same as with a man. You may be surprised how people treat you differently. If you want to be special, do that, because if you do that, you'll be different from 99.9% of the people, at least in my area in the Midwest. Stop hanging around with people who talk about the medications they take, the surgeries they had, the surgeries they're gonna have, and all the people they know that's dying in the hospital. Hang around with young people who are full of life and full of vigor, and you will stay young and full of vigor. Age is but a mental thing. Yes, we're all going to pass away. I really believe, because we've been programmed to believe that through thousands of years of believing we're gonna die. They say there's no biological reason or I think they say biological reason that we're actually age. It's all a mental thing. I know that's hard to believe, but think about the things that you've been programmed to believe. Look at the latest crisis we had for the 2 years where so many people were so afraid. What has changed? Oh, did they have it under control? Did they, did they end it like they promised and said, if you just got this shot, we would end this crisis. No, it hasn't ended. We've just learned to accept it. And we quit checking on how many cases we've had. We're not blasting it all over the news anymore. So whatever the reason was for all that, I don't know. It served its purpose, and the purpose was not to keep you and I healthy. I don't believe. I could be wrong. Who knows? I've been wrong about a lot of things in my life. But I'm not wrong about this. I'll be 62 this month. I'm healthy. I'm happy. The good old days are here right now. This is the best time of my life. I would not go back, even if I could. I look forward to each day. I have my whole life ahead of me, and so do you, if you choose to view it that way. Don't look at your past days as the best days. Look at your future days and this day as the best day. And you will truly have the best day of your life today, this present moment. That's all I got for today. Take care. If you'd like to get my help personally, marksinspiration.com is my website. If you'd like to donate to the channel, hit the PayPal donate button or the Cash App. And I will see you tomorrow. Take care.